from our last commercial break. Hot podcast, honest, open, and transparent. We got that boy SB Jones on here.
Yes, sir.
We gonna start to get into some real great topics. We done went through bruh whole life as a jit up until now. Right now we at 2011. You on house arrest. You got a daughter. Mm-hmm. You just got out of jail. 60-day sentence. Mm-hmm. You got did they do an ankle monitor or something like that?
Nah, I was just at the house. You know what I'm saying? My probation officer would come check in on me and different shit like that. I was still able to go do shows and shit like that because I was able to, you know what I'm saying, go in front of the judge and prove that, you know what I'm saying, that I was an artist or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So anytime I had a show, all I had to do was go to my probation officer with the itinerary. You know what I'm saying, whether it be the flyer that night with my name on it or whatever the case may be. And I was able to travel, you know what I'm saying, travel and do my thing.
So how I don't know if you remember, but how much was you paying your probation? Or was you paying like per weekly or?
I don't even remember, but I think I was paying like, it might have been like $50 a week or something like that. It might have been something like that. It wasn't nothing really too much.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy.
So you on house arrest, you doing shows. How you getting money at this time when you can barely move?
Right. So at that time, you know what I'm saying, my grandma had like a shed in her backyard. I'm talking about one of them big ass sheds. Like she had a TV in that bitch. She had a sofa in that bitch. It was a table like this, a round table, a little bit bigger than this in the middle of that bitch. A deep freezer was in that motherfucker, and we had a goddamn AC unit in the window.
Oh boy, that would have been my house.
Yeah, it was a real chill spot. You feel me? Like anybody that know me, they know I ain't capping. Like you could come through that bitch and really just hang out.
Yeah.
So once I upgraded my music equipment and stuff, I went to putting it out there because my grandma would always talk shit to me about people being in the house and shit. So I moved all my shit out there. So now we in the shed, we able to do what we want to do 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and I can't go nowhere. And the good thing about it was that's how I was able to like do my house arrest and not fuck up and not, you know,
that's dope.
Get the urge to like leave.
Yeah, because you had everything right there.
Yeah, I had everything right there. But not only that, like I got real friends. You know what I'm saying? Like my homeboys would bring the party to me.
Damn.
Like, bro, we know you can't go nowhere, so we gonna make your spot the party spot, and we gonna make everybody want to come to you.
That's real.
That way you don't miss shit.
That's real.
You feel me? So like all my niggas would come to me, and I had homeboys that would bring me instrumentals and shit, and be like, bro, this shit just came out, bro. We need you to do some of this. Rap over this shit. Rap over that shit. Rap over this. And I used to just make music like that. And before you knew it, like I was able to like open up a studio, and I had niggas, like I said, that really didn't even fuck with me. Like I ain't know it at the time, but they didn't really fuck with me like that, and they was coming to the studio to make music. All my homeboys was coming to the studio to make music. You know what I'm saying? Lewis was coming to the studio to make music. So I was doing that to make money, and then at the same time, I still had my little hustle going on. You know what I'm saying? Selling weed. You know what I'm saying? Pain pills, all that shit, making my little money. How I was making my money. So it was really a good thing because by me not being able to go nowhere, bro, I saved a lot of money.
Yeah, straight up.
So when I did jump off house arrest, I was strapped.
Yeah. That's real. So at this time, you going from, and I don't know which one came first. You know what I'm saying? You start writing. You know, people telling you that you a great writer.
Yeah.
I don't know which one came first, either this or the SB Jones.
I think the writing came first.
With Kodak.
Yeah, the writing came with Kodak, you know what I'm saying, when I started writing my music. Because at that point, when I'm Kodak, I started putting out quality music.
Music.
It all added up. It all made sense.
That. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
I should have known that.
Yeah, Kodak was like a pivotal turn from like SB Jones. Like I went from like, if I'm like, you know what I'm saying, rated a number 3 on the you know, on the hotness scale, I went from like a 3 to like a 7 when I transitioned to Kodak.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was like when people really started, like at first like A-Love was like, oh, he's so cute, you know what I'm saying? He making music. And then like Kodak was like, oh shit, this nigga snapping.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it made people realize like, okay, this nigga ain't bullshitting, like he really finna do that shit. And that goes back to what I was saying before, like with my city, like don't get it twisted. Like a lot of people do music in my city.
They just don't do it like
they just don't do it like me on a scale of I put my shit out for the world to see.
Yeah.
You know, they usually just keep it local,
in the city. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I think they got the blueprint. When I say they got it from me, I mean like that blueprint right there. They got the blueprint from me on how to put that shit out to the world.
Man, is it any nigga in your city that you haven't worked with that you like, man, I wanted to work with, bro, but It never happened.
Man, honestly though, like, and I know this, feel how you want to feel about it, but I just don't really get that type of love from like niggas in my city that's doing music. I think they view me more as a threat.
A threat
more than
yeah.
They view me more as competition. And I don't know why it'd be like that, because if it was me and I had a nigga like that was doing that, and I had a nigga that I could go to for that info,
I'm gonna try to get game.
Yeah, I would have been. See, I ain't had no nigga like that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I feel like I started this shit. So other niggas that's trying to do it now, they won't really come to me. Maybe it's pride.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may, maybe they don't like me. Whatever the case may be. But as far as like any other artist in the city that I felt like I wanted to work with at the time, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it is another artist in my city. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TLV. You know what I'm saying? That's my little dog. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing, and I just like the way he doing his music. I like the route that he taking, because he ain't taking the same route as everybody else, and that's how I seen myself coming up. Everybody want to sound so trapped and talk about all this gangster shit.
Yeah.
When really they might not even be living no gangster shit like that.
You feel me?
Or if they is living gangster shit like that, but just what I'm saying, he able to open up different lanes. You see what I'm saying? Like that nigga could really be an international pop star.
Yeah, so he not just a rapper. He a real deal artist.
That nigga a pop star, bro.
Yeah.
And I can really say that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to TLV, and we really do. We gonna put in. We ain't had a chance to work yet because I've been finishing up my album, but you know what I'm saying, I'm in touch with him, and I'm listening to him and I'm watching him, bro. And I really just want to take that jit up under my wing and really just see what he really got. You feel me? Like put him on a different platform and let him soak that shit in.
How old is he?
I think bro probably about, and I might be, don't quote me on this, but I think bro around like 19. He got to be around like 19. He can't be no older than 21.
Hey man, shout out to TLV, man.
Yes sir.
Shout out to TLV. I don't know what bro doing that's different, but I will say you got one of the biggest artists from your city, from that Tallahassee area, looking at what you doing. So shout out to what you doing and keep making major moves, because you got real people that's looking in on what you doing. So keep doing what you doing, little bro.
Yes sir. And everybody watching this right now, man, go head over to YouTube and search TLV, man, and check out his music, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely check it out before the night over. So at this time, you Kodak. Talk about the pivotal name change, because it's not hard. It's not easy changing your name, especially when everybody know you as this. Yeah. And they like Kodak. And that was one of the things I was trying to say to you. Like, Joe used to say Kodak, Kodak, Kodak. And then one day he came to me and said SB Jones. And I was like, SB Jones? I'm like, who is SB Jones? And he was like, bro, you know SB. And I'm like, nigga, I don't know who the hell you talk about. Yeah. And he let me hear that, watch me. And I was like, bro, that sound like Kodak. And he say, oh, I ain't tell you. He did change his name. And I remembered your voice. So I'm like, bro, that sound like Kodak. And he was like, oh yeah, this SB Jones now.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, you know what I'm saying? And I, you already know I went through my whole little accident, you know what I'm saying, whatever I went through, which we're going to get into later.
Yeah, definitely.
But, it all kind of transpired after that, because what happened was, you know what I'm saying, I had just really started like branding myself with Kodak. You know what I'm saying? I got a song out with Whoop, which I never really got to really put out there.
I remember that song,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Shout out to that boy Whoop, you know what I'm saying? And once I recovered and I'm ready to go back to doing music, I went to Joe, and because I'm hearing Kodak, I'm hearing like Lil Kodak and Young Kodak and all these different Kodaks, and I'm like, man, what's going on? But it's buzzing. Yeah. So I go to Joe, because I know Joe always got his ear to the streets.
Definitely.
So I'm on Joe like, bro, something going on. Somebody named Kodak buzzing, and I know they ain't talking about me. What's going on? He like, oh yeah, boy, you know that little nigga Kodak, boy, he just got out of jail, boy, they say he hot. They say he finna blow. And I'm like, ooh. So eventually, anyway, long story short, that became Kodak Black. And by the time he dropped that motherfucking Skrilla, niggas and it's like he out of there now. Now I'm left with a decision. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
change the name.
Do we change the name, or do we go head up with these boys?
Yeah.
And at the time, bro, I ain't gonna lie. If you ever decide to go head up with another artist, make sure your money is straight. Your money got to be long. You feel me? Because this man got 100 Haitians with him at all times.
Definitely.
And it just, you can't beat that shit.
Yeah, you can't.
So I go to Joe, and by this time, you know what I'm saying, I linked up with my manager, which is like an uncle to me right now. It's bigger than business. Yeah. That's family. You know what I'm saying? C. Wakely. Shout out to C. Wakely, man. Any artist underground or not, bro. If you in Florida, you gotta link up with C Wakely.
Who you think C Wakely look like to you, bro?
Man, that's the Suge Knight.
That nigga look like Suge, boy.
I be messing with him about that shit all the time.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Suge. I'm talking about shout out to Suge. Shout out to C Wakely.
Hey, so
I know his daughter, so yeah. Shout out to C Wakely.
So we go to C Wakely, and before we went to him, I'm trying to tell Joe, like, bro, listen, we got to figure this shit out because this shit crucial. You know what I'm saying? We got to do something. And Joe, like, man, fuck that shit, man. Who the fuck is Kodak Black, man? Nobody don't know no motherfucking Kodak Black, man. Fuck Kodak Black, man. You know how Joe is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Joe, hold on, man. I don't think we could do that, man. We don't got enough resources to go up against no shit like that. He man, fuck that, bro. We don't know no motherfucking Kodak Black. Bitch, all we know is Kodak music.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that ain't what everybody's saying down south, bro. This man moving.
Yeah, he is.
You feel me? So anyway, we go to see Wake, and that's when we came up with it. You know what I'm saying? We came up with a name change. And he gave me like, I want to say like 30 to 60 days to come up with a name. And I don't even really remember how SB Jones came up, but it was just it was really like a smooth transition between, like, I went back home, you know what I'm saying, where it all started. And me and my homeboys, we just got together, and that's what we came up with. And we like, did what we rolling with. And it just made sense.
So what does SB mean? You don't know what
a lot of people ask me that, and I tell them the same thing. SB don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing, man. It's a completely different version of myself. It's kind of like T.I. T.I. don't really stand for nothing. People like to say, oh, T.I. stand for tip. No, T.I.P. stand for tip.
Yeah.
T.I. don't stand for anything. It's just two letters.
So where you got the Jones from? That's
the Jones just rolled off. It just rolled off good. I swear to God, like, the whole name was just,
God damn.
That's how it came up, bro. Like, I don't have no real, like, amazing story behind the name. It just came up like that. SB Jones.
So this a made up name.
A made up name.
That none of this even apply to you, but
it don't apply to me at all.
It apply to you now.
It's mine.
Hey, that's crazy,
it's
bro.
Mine, bro.
Bro, when I heard it, I'm like, SB Jones. I'm like, Kodak, SB Jones. I'm like, okay. And like, bro, no lie, bro. And you know, a lot of people, Joe gonna drop off the Jones. He, you know, SB.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, you know, SB. And I'm like, SB, he was called, I'm like, SB Jones, Kodak. Okay. And it took me a while to kind of get to it, but it does flow well. So I like however you came up with it, but that shit flow well, boy, because it's, SB Jones. A lot of
people do that, bro. A lot of people ask me that same question. I don't really have an answer for it. I be want to make up like this whole big story, but I can't, bro. I got to keep it real. Like that shit.
You can make it sound good.
I know,
too,
but
boy.
I just got to keep it real. That shit just really came out the air, bro, out of thin air, and we just went with it. And we was pushed for time too, so it was like, bro, we got to come up with something. I couldn't come up with none of them hard ass names, like, bro, I ain't no killer. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't come up with, one time and all that shit. Like, so bro, I couldn't come up with that shit.
Was it just you that came up with this, or was it somebody else? And you was like, y'all sitting back thinking, and it was like, okay, this. Nah, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's how it was. We literally, like, me and my homeboys, me, Joe, Sleazy, my uncle Wall, you know what I'm saying, a couple of my other homeboys, we really just, I went back home and we really just sat around and we had notebooks and we always writing down names. And we came up, like, I'm like telling everybody, write down 5 names. Everybody write down 5 names.
Was y'all high?
We had a lot to do with it.
Hey, that's what I was going to say, boy, because Joe
got to get high.
You already know, boy. Joe going to have 5 minutes of sober thinking.
Yeah, man.
And then he going to want to, man, let's light up this Doja and see what this weed do.
Yeah. And, at first when I came, I was like, out of all the names, I was the one to come up with the SB Jones. Okay. But they kept asking me, like, well, what is it going to stand for? And I tried to come up with all these different names to make the SB mean something, but it just ain't mean shit. And it ain't had no background behind it. So I was like, man, that shit ain't gonna mean nothing, bro. We gonna leave it at SB. And like they gravitated towards it so easily. The next time they seen me after that, SB, what's up, boy? The next phone call, SB, what's up? They didn't even remember the Kodak shit no more.
That's real.
So we just went with that shit.
That's real. So your first show.
Mm-hmm. My first show, man, that was in Homosassa, Florida, man, another small town.
I was just boy, look, when I was actually looking at it, I was like, where the fuck is this?
Yeah, Homosassa, man. Shout out to T-Lo, the boss, man, one of the promoters, you know what I'm saying, a good friend of mine. We always link up when it's time to link up and handle business, and he always showed me love. And yeah, man, he brought me to Homosassa, and I think it was Some dude was having a show, bro. Matter of fact, at the time it was Ball Greasy. I think they had bought Ball Greasy to Homer Salsa, and I opened up for him, and that nigga was in a all Adidas tracksuit. I had never seen that shit before. Nigga was in an all Adidas tracksuit, bro, with the Adidas on, the shell toes.
Hey, boy, that nigga got swag.
Yeah, man. That nigga was in dog, you know. And then we went through there and did that show, man. That was like one of the first shows I did on house arrest. After that, we did a show in Jacksonville. Plies was opening up. I mean, Plies was doing a show.
And you opened up.
I opened up for Plies. There was a bunch of other different artists there too. But yeah, shout out to Jacksonville too.
So how you linked up with Whoop?
Man, I linked up with Whoop because, like I said, like we always had our ear to the streets. Mm-hmm. So when I first heard Whoop, it wasn't nowhere in my hometown. It wasn't nowhere in Perry.
Which song was popping by Whoop? Was this Pussy Nigga?
Yeah, I would never sleep.
What a Pussy Nigga.
So when I heard that, I was like, and I always been like an innovator. So I'm like, I'm finna jump on that shit before somebody else jump on that.
Yeah.
And when I heard it, I started playing it around my town. And people was always like, what the fuck is that? Because they hadn't heard it yet. Now, you know, shit don't really get popular until like everybody gravitate towards it. So I started playing Whoop around my hometown. And it was like one particular weekend, Whoop had a show in Jacksonville. And I just so happened to be in Tallahassee shopping. And one of his people called and was like, yo, if you want to do a song with Whoop, you know, he gonna be in Jacksonville. You meet us to the hotel right now. We get this shit squared away. So I'm finna jump on the road to go back to Perry, but I make a little U and head towards Jacksonville. Me, my uncle. I don't know who else was with us. Lewis might have been with us. And we go to the hotel. We meet Whoop. I see Whoop for the first time. We take a picture. I paid him $1,500 for a feature.
15.
And it was history after that.
Hey, shout out, bro. Hey, look, I'm going to say this, bro. Real spill. There's not a lot of people that have that money accessible to do something like that. Shout out to the real street people that's really making moves like that. And shout out to you even knowing that, you know, this move right here could get you. Yeah. Because Whoop was hot at that time.
Yes, sir.
I remember when that video first came out with that Pussy Nigga video. I remember the dude who actually was on that song with him went to jail or something.
Yeah.
So I remember that time. I heard the song on Twitter and I was like, boy, this bitch go hard. As an artist, I was like almost hating on this shit. I'm like, damn, bro.
I was sizzling like a mother.
Well, look, that shit was hot, bro. And I'm like, and shout out to Woo, because you know he did go to prison not too long ago and he got out of prison and all that. But he been out for a couple years now.
Yeah, shout out to Whoop, man.
Yeah, so man, that's good that you even felt that he was worth that, because a lot of people would be like, "Boy, I don't know, but if you made that U-turn, you and then y'all shoot a video to that."
Nah, we ain't never get to shoot the video.
Y'all just put the picture up of y'all.
Yeah, we just put the picture up.
Okay, I remember seeing y'all together in the picture, and
you know, it's just like I ain't never like you said, like, you know, I was able to determine that he was worth that much. It wasn't really even about that, because I just always been the type of nigga where, like, I just always respect the next man hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even worried about what you worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just worried about what I can stand and lose.
Yeah.
And if I can stand and lose $1,500 at this time, I'm all gas, no brakes anyway, putting everything into my career. So I'm just trying to make it happen. I ain't even thinking like, damn, bro, ain't really worth that. I'm thinking like, shit, can I lose this shit? Can I afford to get this man his money right now? All right, I can. All right, let's do it.
What the song was called? I forgot what the song was.
The song was called Example. And we never really even got to put it out like that, because my situation happened with me. And then when I got back, well, his situation happened with him, and he ended up going to prison.
So y'all ain't even never had the time.
We ain't never put it out. We ain't never promoted.
Hey, man, Woo. Look, I'm finna share this on all platforms. Hey, Woo, if you see this right now, this man gave you 15 at the height of your career, and he had a situation which we finna get into next. Mm-hmm. Right after he got well, you had your prison situation. Bruh, do another song with my boy SB.
Man, let's do it.
Do another song with my boy SB. That bitch gonna blow up.
Let's do it.
That bitch gonna blow up. I can see it right now.
And
that
shit
bitch
going 10 times harder these days. Let's do
but
it.
I swear, but that shit from the volcano, lava, that shit hot. I can hear it right now. I already see. I don't know. I think Whoop got signed not too long ago.
I ain't sure. I know. I heard my people was telling me that he was in another situation because we was actually finna reach out to him for this record that we did that got a bunch of different Florida artists on it. But
man, Whoop, bro, my boy need that $1,500 worth. Not saying that y'all example song wasn't $1,500 worth, but y'all ain't even put that big push into it how it should have been. So man, you gotta show love. This real street shit. You gotta show love. You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, we gonna get into this. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This our second time really being around each other, rocking with each other like this.
Yeah.
You know, I always see you out. I see you a lot, bro. And mess with me. And we don't never get that opportunity. But one thing about it is when I'm connected to somebody, I'm connected to that person.
Straight up.
When I heard about your situation, that shit fucked me up, bro. I'm a man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. That shit fucked me up when I heard about your situation, bro. When Sleeves told me about it, bro, that shit had me like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah. That shit shocked a lot of people.
What? Like, bro, what?
That shit shocked the world.
Bro, I want you to this the Hot Podcast, HOT, honest, open, and transparent. Bro, we gotta get a big exclusive on this, bro, because this right here, this shit had me fucked up. This shit had me like borderline. I used to have a gun back then, but when I heard about this situation, bro, I don't think I went too many days in my life after that without having a pistol on me, bro.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell people straight up. You can give them the real, bro.
Let's get into
blood raw. And see, me and you done had this conversation before a couple years ago when you was talking about doing a movie.
Yeah.
And you told me this, bro. And it had me I feel like it is a movie.
Oh, we still doing the movie?
Yeah. I feel like it is a movie. At the time, you were saying you trying to figure out who gonna play you.
Yeah.
And I remember this. I want you to tell the world this whole story. This the exclusive Hot Podcast. We finna get the real deal exclusive on what happened. This the source. I want everybody to know that it's finna come out of the goat mouth. All the others, like what you heard or what you think, bruh, finna clear up everything right now.
Let's get to it.
This night that this happened, tell me how the night started for you.
So, let's go back before the night.
Okay.
Because I think it's a lot of information that people don't know, like, that happened before that night happened. So, like I said, I went and met Whoop, you know what I'm saying, in Jacksonville.
Uh-huh.
And this shit probably happened, like, 2 weeks after I met Whoop.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had made the song. I went to Orlando to make the song. I had the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready to do my little promo shit. I'm finna go to Tallahassee, go to the moon. I'm finna go holler at DJ Demp, everybody, and get them to play the record. Yeah, so I'm doing that. And I had been sharing it on Facebook, the CD cover and everything. I'm about to drop all this and that. So people were seeing it. They knew I had done did the song with Whoop. So I found this out after my situation that a lot of people in my hometown thought that I had signed a deal with Whoop for $100,000. That was the story going around my hometown. Oh, that nigga just signed a deal with Whoop. You know, they seen me in the picture with Whoop. They know me and Whoop finna drop some music. And it had some type of way, you know, it got around that I had signed a deal with Whoop and his people for $100,000. And I guess, you know, these niggas thought that I had $100,000 just laying around in my house. So, okay, boom, fast forward back to the night. A couple nights before that, I had been promoting online. It was like a Thursday or something. And I had been, no, matter of fact, it was like a Tuesday because it was Wednesday night at the Moon. Anybody know in Tallahassee that that's college night in Tallahassee, Wednesday night at the Moon. That bit thick. That bit thicker than a Saturday night, right? So, boom, it's like Tuesday night. And I'm promoting like, oh, I'm finna go to the Moon. I'm finna drop the record exclusive, blah, 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 this and that. And not knowing these niggas watching my Facebook, they watching what I'm. That's why to this day, bro, I rarely post my moves now. I rarely post my locations.
Straight up.
Especially if I got some other shit going on, cause niggas, I know now niggas be watching your every move on social media.
Yeah, bro, that's fucked up.
I think it was like a Wednesday night, and I'm getting ready to go out. I'll never forget it, bro. I had done made so much money that day. I was always the type of nigga who like, bro, when I make enough money, I turn my cell phone off. Cause I started getting paranoid in a motherfucker. Like, damn, bro, I done made this shit crazy, bro. Like, I don't even want to, it ain't never really, I ain't no greedy person, so I could always control the money, like, to my advantage. I ain't gonna let no disadvantage happen to me about the money, so I turn my phone off. And, you know, one of the dudes, you know what I'm saying, he kept blowing my phone up trying to get some shit. And I just remember, like, the day before, I seen him. And he flagged me down. And he like, hey, man, I'm trying to get a pound. I'm trying to get a plate. So I'm looking at him like, bro, I know you, bro. You ain't moving that much weight.
Exactly.
Last time I served you, bro, only thing you got was an ounce.
Ounce, yeah.
You ain't getting nothing but an ounce. How you go? And that was like 2 days ago. How you go from 2 days to buying a $100 ounce? And don't get it twisted, nigga. This mid we talking about.
So this wasn't even no $200 loud or $250 loud.
Nah, we talking
ounce.
about $100
$100. How you go from 100? What a pound was back then for the mid?
Then was like 1100.
1100, 12.
You know
yeah.
1150.
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like that, right?
Yeah.
So, boom. So I tell him, all right, bro, because I ain't never been no dumbass nigga, right? So I tell him, all right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you. I'll let you know. So I pull it off. So the next day, he blowing my phone up. And it's like 7 o'clock. I done turned my phone off. I don't want to answer the phone because I already feel crazy about what you asked me. And then on top of that, I done made what I needed to make. I set little goals for myself when I was hustling, right?
Yeah.
That's what keep you out the feds.
Yeah, straight up.
You got to set goals for yourself.
Make
you feel me?
Quick $600 today and I'm
done. I'm straight.
Yeah.
That's how you niggas that's greedy try to catch everything. That's how they end up getting. Yeah. They selling the undercovers and shit because they trying to catch everything. They greedy, right? Yeah. So I never moved like that. So I turn my shit off. So me and my lady at the time and my stepdaughter, we in the house, and it's about 7:30, but it's like how it is outside right now, 7:30. Like it ain't dark yet.
It's light, yeah.
You feel me? So I hear not. We had just got done eating dinner, and we kicking back in the room, and my stepdaughter in her room, and I hear a knock at the door. We laughing and talking in the house, bro. A regular night. You couldn't have told me no shit like this was finna happen. So we laughing and talking in the house. Boom, 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 boom. I hear a knock on the door. So she get up. She still laughing and talking. And, we kicking the shit. And she go to the window and she kind of peek out the blind. And she like, your homeboy out there. So I'm like, my homeboy? She like, yeah, such and such. So I'm like, and I ain't gonna say these niggas' names, you know what I'm saying? But she like such and such. So I'm like, all right. So I get up and I look out the blind. So I see the nigga that asked me for the pound the day before. I see him clear as day. I see his face because he's standing right, like facing forward to where I can see him. Mm-hmm. I see another nigga with a hood on, but he got his back to the window and his hands in his jacket pocket, so I can't really see who he is. So I ain't thinking nothing about it, right?
Hey, hold on. We gonna take one more break and we gonna come back to this full story because I don't want nothing to happen with anything.
Shit getting real.
I want everybody to hear this story like. We gon' even go back a little bit to where y'all was at dinner, and we gonna start over from there, and we gonna give people this whole preview. I don't want nothing to happen. I want everybody to know clear as day what's going on here.
We taking a break right now. Go get your snacks, man.
Straight up, go get your snacks, man.
It's a movie.